I can jump off on
Yeah, I think so. We were on it for quite quite a
there.
while. You can talk, let me tell you. It's a good
Pardon?
thing you're doing a pod. I said you can talk, let me tell you. It's a good thing you have a podcast.
Listen, man, I needed something since I can't be on a set right now. I need something to be creative. So I normally don't talk, but this is
Well, it's a good outlet. It's a good
exactly.
outlet.
I
I
guess.
just wanted to,
Yep.
no, I just wanted to say, if I may,
You're
because you were talking about like, the UK and how that's been for you as an artist. And I just, one thing I wanted to say is I'm so fortunate because moving here, I've got so far gotten to work with like three legends who, when I was a little girl in Canada, if you told me I would work with them, I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, no way. Uh, Spice Girls was a big thing for me. I used to watch and listen to them growing up. And I worked with Jerry Halliwell, this Ginger Spice, on a TV show for BBC One for 2 seasons, a music show. I was a judge. It was on Altogether. It's called Altogether now, and it was a prime time show. And I shot a movie with Pierce Brosnan, and our scenes were together. So I got to act with him, which was amazing. And if you ever told me I'd ever act with 007, then I'd be like, what are you smoking? And recently I just finished working with Rod Stewart, and I can't speak about the project um, yet, but I'm allowed to say that I've worked with him. But yeah, that's another legend that I get to tick off the box. And these are all people that I wouldn't, if I didn't come here, I would have never had these opportunities to work with who I think of as icons in the UK, So,
I mean, as I said,
um,
I'm jealous that you're there, man. Because as I said, that's my, being dual. I have two, but I hope to add the UK
oh, I didn't know you were doing
passport. Yeah.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
I hope to add the UK passport soon. Because I mean, that's to me. I feel that like, I mean, I've lived everywhere. You know, I'm over the states right now. I'm definitely been over Canada for a long time. Um, and that's why I just feel like the UK is my calling. Like I've, I've, I did what I needed to do in Canada. I, I've been doing what I needed to do in the States, but now I just feel like I always have to keep expanding, keep growing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just feel that like, I hear so many stories of people in the UK of always the same thing of like, we don't have that person out here. We don't have that person, with your hustle, with your drive, with those things around us. And that's why, like, for me, I'm like, I, um, that's why I hope, to eventually put roots down there. And it's good that you're there because at least I have a friend there,
There you
And
go. Listen, UK would be happy to have you, and I would be happy to have you here. So, whenever you're ready.
listen, as soon as you guys lift your friggin' lockdown, I'm there. I mean, legit.
Amazing.
I would have been there uh, last year, but pandemic, and for me, I know in my blood, in my bones. I mean, it's where I need to be. I know
Yeah,
that I can do that. I
that feeling.
the people there that I feel are on the same level because for me, my biggest issue that I have is people are always coming to me going, "How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you get into this? How'd you work with this person? How'd you connect with that person?" And I'm always being the sponge for everybody else,
Mm,
giving them stuff to absorb and get off of me, but I never learned shit from anybody else. And that's the thing that I miss about certain mentors that I had in my life who are no longer with us. To
mm.
be able to have people around you where you can grow. Because I always believe that, like if you're, hold on a second, my girl wants to say hi. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to Honeybee?
Aw.
Come here. Come here.
Hello. I saw her earlier. Cute.
Come here.
My dog's around here somewhere. I don't know where he went.
I should be a little cut. No, like for me, I always say to people, you know, if you're not growing, you're not learning. And you need to have people around you that you can learn from,
Yeah.
that you can, because if you can't learn from them, you can't grow with them. And if you
Yeah.
can't grow with them, you can't fucking build with them. And if you
Yeah.
can't build with them, then what goddamn purpose do they have being in your life?
Yeah.
And I
I
always
always say, yeah, I always say surround yourself with people who are where you want to be. Like not even on your level, but are above where you like above where you are, because then you're gonna
elevate.
strive to, yeah, you're gonna elevate. There's no
I,
other way. There's no other way to go.
but I find people don't want to do that. They want to stay in their safe, cushy place to give excuses why they're not where they're supposed to be. Because it's always like, well, I'm not here because of this. I'm not having this happen because of that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you are who you surround yourself with. You know, you surround yourself with people that you can learn shit from, you become greater. You allow yourself around people that are stupid or doing the same shit. And that's why, like, for me, like, I've lived everywhere. And then for you, like, when you say, you know, you know, you had a better experience with the racism in Toronto. Me was the opposite when I was there. Like, I fucking hated every minute of it. I had the worst experience of racism. I had the worst experience of everything. And when I left there, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I mean, once we were done
Yeah.
doing the show and everything else, and I handled all my affairs, business-wise, club-wise, all that shit, I was like, I'm out. And I've never looked back, and I would never, like, oh, don't you miss it? I'm like, no. It was the
Yeah.
worst place that I've ever experienced. It was the worst energy. It was the worst hate. Because it's like, as I said before, people want to see you doing good, just not better than them. And
I'm
that
so
is
sorry that that was your experience.
a
Yeah.
cesspool of hate, a cesspool in the sense where, for me, like, don't hate on me because I wear a better suit than you. Don't hate on me because I have goals and dreams and ambition where I was always a person that, like when you say, you know, enjoy talking, I don't talk. I never have been. Like, I've always been a quiet person who's kept to my, I mean, even this whole podcasting thing, and it's all new. I mean, like,
Yeah.
on set, filming a television show, camera goes on, I'm super comfortable. But like, intimacy, one-on-one shit, like even before, like even it's funny, like I'll do a podcast, but if someone tries to video call me on a phone, not fucking happening. Like, I won't even answer that shit. Because it's like,
Yeah.
for me, it's just like, I don't want to do that. Like, it's just impersonal for me. It's like, and I don't feel comfortable around it. But like, because of COVID, just like everything else, I have to adapt. Like, doing Zoom and all this bullshit. I'm like I'm so old school, you know, I'm still rocking an iPhone 5C. Like, I don't need the new shit. Like, my shit's slower than a turtle. You know, I was like, let me, for this specific thing, I was like, okay, let me go out and buy the proper stuff. Before
Yeah.
I have to do it, let me get a mic, let me get all the things that I need, you know. Because I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit, like I'm always person, I'm gonna do shit, you do it right the first time.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
not half-ass it. And I just find people just, again, like, they tippy-toe through so many things, and nobody really wants to take a chance on themselves, believe in themselves. And that was always the thing with me. Like, I used the haters as motivation. And again, when you're black, you know, anyone that knows my past knows the simple fact that, like, you know, I use these to build myself. Like, anyone that knows me
Yeah.
from back in the day knows I wasn't somebody to play with. Like, you cross me in the wrong way. Do you want to get these hands? Do you want to fight? Like, that was how we handled shit. But for me,
Right.
like when I started to make movies in Hollywood and shit like that, I remember when I landed a role with Tom Cruise in Collateral was my first, big on-screen project. And working with a legend like him, like I left and was gone for like 3 months and no one knew. And everyone was like, "Where'd you go?" And I was like, "You're gonna need to know basics until you need to know." Because that's always a
Yeah.
movie. You need to keep people not knowing your shit and keeping close to the vest because it's like when you make it, you want to know people who are fucking with you who are really fucking with you. Like when you have
Yeah.
nothing, you're a nobody. Not someone that, and I even, and now, like where I've done shit, I have people that will run up to me on the street who I knew that used to talk shit, hate, all that crap. They would see me like, whether I'm out with Shamar, whether I'm out with this person, whether I'm out with Keith Sutherland. And at a restaurant, they're like, "Hey, remember me?" Like pretending they were like my best friend. And I would literally look at them in the face, like, "Are you such and such?" I'm like, "No." "Are you sure?" "No." "You look like him." "Yeah, I get that all the time, man. You must be thinking I wasn't nice." "Wrong dude. Wasn't me." Because I'm like, I don't need that fake shit around me, but I also sometimes would fuck with people where
Yeah.
like see me on the red carpet and they'd be trying to get my attention or whatever. And, when I knew they would talk shit and they wanted to meet somebody or connect with me, and I would be super nice, they were like, they wouldn't expect it. And I'm like, I'm doing that because I want you to go back, all that shit you were talking, and that person that was talking shit to you, I want you to go back and let them know exactly what's up. Because it's like, as I said before, we live in such a judgmental society. People judge people based on what they see and not what they know. And to me, as I said, like the biggest problem we have in society today, on every level, politics, world topics, relationships, family, friends, we don't talk to each other. We talk about each other, but nobody communicates.
Talks to each other.
And, and when we, like, again, back in the day, most of my friendships that were built, who I still have today, were people that I fought. Like, legitimately got into fistfights with, kicked the shit out of them. And the next week, it was like, "Yo, man, my bad. I deserve that ass kicking." "Okay, we good? Let's go get a drink."
Yeah.
And that's how it was. And now it's like, you have a falling out with somebody, or you don't even have a falling out with somebody. The easiest way now, because people are so pussy, I'm going to block you. I'm going to block you on social media. I'm going to block you on WhatsApp. And I'm sure you've had people where you've been blocked and you're like, "What the fuck did I do?" Like, you didn't do anything. Like, you legitimately didn't do anything. And they're so sensitive, or they just, are bipolar, or have no balls to just actually communicate with somebody and say, "Hey, you know what? I've got this issue. Let's figure it out." And that's why, like, for me, I don't spend my energy anymore even worrying about it. I just tell them, "Well, you know what? Do you live your life, because you only get one, and live your life doing things that make you happy." And surround
like my song, "One Life."
I want to talk about you before we do your song here. Tell me about your new single that you're putting out right now.
My new single's out, Fire. Yeah. So it's out. The music video dropped last night at 10 p.m. and I'm so excited. I'm so happy with it. And it's a bit different, this track.
Where does Fire come from? Where's the inspiration from?
So I was inspired by the beat really, but it's actually a very simple song. But like Ricky's like fire. My last couple songs were very inspirational, very motivational, and I wanted to write something that was more just kind of a feel good, simple, something that people can relate to still though. that had to do with falling in love with somebody, like falling together in sync at the same time. And especially because in today's, like right now, the whole theme of this year has been like together. Obviously, we're all in this situation together, right?